Being an effective artist can be hard work. One could say it's even painful. What about you, art guy? Does your wrist feel tired? Good day, artist. I'm Jordan, you're awesome, and today we're going to be discussing the proper handling of the artist tool, the pencil. Now the proper—
What the heck? Tap, tap.
That's much better. Every good artist knows that a properly cared for art tool can make the difference between creativity and catastrophic failure. What do you— Don't do it. Don't do it. You should— don't do it. That's inappropriate. The first method we'll discuss is the tripod method, which holds the pencil securely in place using your favorite nose-picking digit and his tall neighbor, and is anchored by the thumb, which holds the pencil very closely to the tip, giving you perfect control for those fine lines, small details, hand lettering, and cleaning that strange gunk out from under your fingernails after you've finished playing in the dirt. This method, however, is not without its flaws. Notice how handling the pencil this way limits the range of the pencil to simple, short strokes. Incidentally, it tends to curve, and long straight lines can be difficult. Go ahead, little fingers. You can do it. Reach! No, I'm afraid you can't. The drumstick method remedies this problem by holding the pencil like a drumstick. Hold the pencil close to the eraser using Tweedledee and Dum, cradled by your longer finger. Wave it around like you know what you're doing, like that other Van Halen guy that no one seems to talk about. This method forces you to draw with your wrist while your fingers move very little. Notice the range of which you are now capable, like Freddie Mercury's voice, but not nearly as groovy, and with a pencil instead of a microphone. You go get 'em, Mr. Fahrenheit. And depending on how you angle your wrist, you can make several different types of marks. Gently caressing the side of the pencil against the paper can give you wide, soft, overlapping strokes that can vary in size and value. Just by slightly adding pressure on the pencil, the marks become darker, like Hot Topic before it was cool. This technique is perfect for filling in large areas, while simply tilting the wrist can shift to the detailing part of the pencil. This method is perfect for painting due to its loose yet precise movement, like so, or for drawing vertically, like this guy. Groovy. The overhand method can be used for the more traditional artist who would say, "Nay, stranger, I refuse to paint and or draw vertically. I want to be able to use the same techniques, move only my wrist, and draw with the grace of a unicorn riding a rainbow, but only if I can do so on my cliché and uncomfortably flat drawing surface." And to you, I would say, okay, just turn your hand over so it's facing the paper. It's not that hard, you fool. Congratulations, art guy. Another variation of the overhand method is the heavy overhand, which holds the pencil in the palm but slides the forefinger to the forefront of the pencil as if to storm the beaches of Normandy, if Normandy had much less sand and bullets. This method is perfect for getting the darkest darks out of those softer graphites, while still keeping excellent control of the range of value and gradient of the pencil. The inverted method holds the pencil like a dart, but instead of throwing it, the pencil is held with the palm facing upward so the artist can see what that mischievous little toothpick is up to at all times. Notice how it's nearly impossible to draw anything even remotely recognizable using this method. Perhaps a left-handed individual might have luck with it due to its keeping the hand out of the line of sight. Nope, it sure doesn't. But look how clean that hand is. No smudges here. Now, drawing with these methods is not instantaneous. One must practice, and it might be tempting to revert back to the old ways of holding your pencil like chopsticks. But steady on, you amazing artist, you! Try practicing these warm-ups to get you and your hand in the mood. Place 2 dots at any distance on your paper, and practice going over these lines with your new technique until you can easily connect the dots with one line. Now try placing several dots in a row and completing the warm-up again. You're getting better already. Now let's loosen up those shoulders by making a square with 4 dots and connecting them with one circular line. Draw a line in the air just above the paper until you're confident in your movement, and then gently lower the pencil onto the paper. Now that we're loosened up, let's try using our whole arm to create something a little bit more recognizable. Using the side of the pencil can give you the freedom to exploit more fluid lines with each stroke, which can be reinstated later for more emphatic detail. This technique is known as gesture drawing and is instrumental in learning to draw things from life. But more on that in a later lesson. Notice how the pencil can be pushed, pulled, dragged, and wiggled in every direction while keeping the line consistent. And not once did the hand rest on or slide against the paper, thus retaining the integrity of the drawing and avoiding any smudgeness or arrogance. Ah, what a lovely dolphin! And now an experiment. Using the point of the pencil to fill the box, notice the very distinct and uneven lines. These sharp lines can be perfected with time, but instead of wasting precious time, simply rotate your wrist to the pencil's flat side and bask in its glory, like a beached whale rolling towards her aquatic sanctuary. Now, do not misunderstand, young grasshopper. The tripod method does indeed have its place in art. The details are, of course, a necessary tool in every artist's utility belt, and just like a certain English secret agent, those smooth and handsome shades and values can be made even more lovely with the use of those sexy fine lines. Alrighty then. While this excessively hairy hand demonstrates the benefits to each part of the arm, let's recap. The fingers are excellent for fine details, hand lettering, and carpal tunnel. The wrist extends the range of the pencil, minimizes the finger movement, and tends to create curved lines which may or may not always be helpful. Further still, the elbow can straighten out those lines with its longer range of motion. And finally, moving up to the shoulder is perfect for gesture drawing, covering a larger surface, or for those simply working on their deltoids. Well then, art guy, does your wrist feel better now? So it turns out there are several ways to hold your pencil, and each with its own benefits. But remember, practice making good habits. Figure out which works best for your art, and do it. And of course, stay creative.
Go create something beautiful.
Draw! Don't do it.